Hello world, it's Angelat. I'm here to talk to you about the prototyping process that I use, hence the prototype mixtape. Today I want to talk about power users of Tributary. So Tributary is of course the environment I'm using to prototype D3 and other graphical web code. And I want to speak to the people that like writing code to change their editor, people that use Vim, people that use Emacs or just get into their Sublime text bundles, whatever, people that like enhancing the tools that they use so they can work smarter and work faster. Not sure what we're going to do right now is really work, but hopefully it opens your eyes to some of the possibilities when playing inside Tributary. So where I'm going to start with is a little music. And we are going to look at something that I enabled recently that makes it a lot easier to get access to the code mirror instance that we're using to code with. So I made an API function called getCodeEditor, and you just give it the file name. Now if we did something like console.log cm.getVu, we'll see the actual code that is in here. Alright, that's cool, but let's not look at that. Comment that out in case we want to play with it later. Alright, what I want to do is affect the code mirror instance from the code itself and play around with it. So one thing we could do is play with the font size, which is something that people bug me about when I make these videos. The font's too small, I can't read it. Sorry about it. Let's fix that. Alright, so we will do something that I've already kind of prepared for this before, but you want to get the wrapper element, which gives you a HTML DOM node. We're going to select that element, and then from there we're going to select code mirror scroll, which is sort of all the stuff in here. So code mirror sets up all kinds of divs and HTML for you to mess with. You can look in the source and the styling of Tributary to see how we place it here and that, and there's plenty of examples on the code mirror website which I'm going to pull up, should be aware of. So I'm going to select this and I'm going to style it. I'm going to set the font size something like 20 pixels. Oh, look at that, it's crazy. One thing you have to do is refresh the code mirror instance, but also the line height is all screwed up. So let's set that to 20 pixels too. There we go, now we can actually read it. So let's set up a font size variable. Whoa. And now we can play with it. Zoom in, zoom out. Let's do something semi-reasonable. I'll have to figure out how to deal with this gutter later. But for now, I just wanted to show you that you can do this as a quick hack. What I like to do is, what I've been doing very recently is making something like setup.js or config.js. In the future, this kind of stuff might be like a plugin, or we'll figure something out. But I'm going to put this in here. So this one's not modifying itself, it's modifying inlet, and now I can do, blah 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 blah, and edit away. So I'm going to save this as font size. But I'm not really done. Let's see, what else can we do? Let's change this to setup.js for a second so we can mess around in here. You can also set various options. So we can set something like, so user manual, like tab size, right? So right now if you just hit tab, it's 4 spaces. There's a tab. Let's set tab size. Set it like 10. Now when I hit tab, it's like 10 spaces. It's like crazy. 14 spaces. Okay, let's put it down to 2. It's like JavaScript. Back to 4 where it was. You can also set indent unit, so how many things it indents when you do something. So if I do function A, it does 2 for JavaScript, right? Because it's using the node. But you can set option indent unit, set that to 10. Now it's way out here. So you know, if you want to customize any code mirror option, you can just set option. You know, I'll leave it as an exercise for you to play with the key map. All kinds of stuff. You can add more listeners. Yeah. So have fun with that. Like, put a link here. Comment these out. Set it back to JS. Save that. Now, there's another fun thing I've been doing, which is another kind of self-reference. Let's open a new tab here, where I want to save and manipulate data, but then once I've manipulated that data, I want to do something in the display. So like with the output of that data, I want to affect that data. So it's kind of goofy, but let's see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to make this test.json. I'm going to just make a box for the data for a box. Oh, look at this. We should mess with the options here. Everything. Alright. So we have a box here. So it's the tributary test. Let's log that out, make sure we have it. Don't trust anything. Always make sure. Something goes on with it. That's strange, isn't it? Oh, right. JSON, you can't just do that. You have to have like quotes. There we go. Alright, let's see. So we have our test object, and I'm just going to do something simple and draw a box with it. So I'm going to append a rectangle, and I'm just going to set it to that. And now if we go here and play with this, we can move it around. That's cool, you know, data-driven document over there. Let's go ahead and throw a style sheet in here. We'll just do it for all rectangles. Who cares, right? Oh yeah, CSS would be fun. I don't know if you can do. There's these. No, these have to be like part of the attribute. So let's try this. Oh, it's not C, it's R. Let's see if this works here. No, these are some attributes you can style and some you can't. It's not always obvious when with SVG, you know, but we deal with it. You just try it out. That's why you got tributary, you know. takes about 5 seconds to figure it out. Alright, so we're just drawing this box. That's cool. What I want to do is I want to be able to move this box around and then have that update the data. So first let's deal with moving around. So I'm going to use a zoom behavior because I want to shrink, I want to affect this position and its location. And D3 has this nice behavior.zoom. And I don't know if I'm spelling behavior. I spelled it right. Could be like the British spelling, right? Then we'd be screwed. Alright. Let's see. So on zoom, we get two things. There's scale with d3.event/scale, and there's translate. I'm just going to use the console open because we're going to be needing to see translate. And we can just do svg.call zoom. Oh, we're not console logging out. Okay. Scale translate. There we go. So we're just moving things around, zooming in and out here. Alright. It doesn't seem to be changing the X and Y much. Well, let's see what happens in it. So what I want to do is actually, this is the part where things get funky. So I'm going to, well, let's just try it this way. When we mess with this test, it's on the tributary object. So any changes we make to it, even when the code refreshes, are going to stick. So I want to make copies of the various properties. And let's do test.x, test.y. And then what I'm going to do is select my correct. Oh, no. I don't have to do all that. Right. We're just going to update test though. But the reason I had to cache them is like this. I'm going to do x plus translate 0. S.y plus translate 1. And then test.width equals w times 0. Height times stat. Oh, hello.
Kane is in the building.
Something happened. So let me save this. See, that's what I mean. I modified test again as I was typing it. Screwed up, I think. Let's not do that. Must have really broken. This is where things can get fun when you're messing with D3 itself. Okay, so that's okay. So there's some syntax error in here. Zoom, translate, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that something's going on over there. Oh, why isn't that right? Huh. What am I doing? Well, I'm not calling it. Sorry about that. Alright. Let's see what happens now. Interesting. So we can then just do there we go. It's moving around, zooming in and out. Cool, cool. Alright, so the point of this though is that this is not changing. Like these numbers are not these numbers. So what we need to do is make this function down here update text, and we will do tributary dot code editor test .json, and we'll do cm dot set value, and we'll do json dot stringify test. So now when we zoom this, we actually see this change. So now when I save this, and we call this so what is that? When I refresh this page, we should see the same JSON here. So I can move it, save it, and boom. Refresh the page, it should still be there. So this is cool because you can make, you know, little tools to make manual controls that then impact the data that then impact the code that you show people. So I'd like to see what people come up with. Being able to access and save data, you know, that opens up the door to make like drawing utilities, all kinds of fun stuff. And then that stuff can be remixed and people can add to the code. It's cool. So, alright, catch you in the next video.